how to get your family and friends to join Elamant. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the secret that I've actually used myself. And please remember, my secret may not work for you, but this is how I've actually done. So let's jump into it. So I would love you to subscribe to my channel because I'm actually doing quite a lot of videos, and please just give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment if you have any questions. So the first thing that I would love to do, I would love to open up with one of my favorite quotes, which goes like, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. I'm going to come back and explain what this means to myself and how you can actually relate to it. Let's just look at some of the experience that you may have with family and friends, including myself. No matter how good I am with videos and how good I am with what I'm actually doing, I also get negative responses from family. And one of the things that family and friends say, they say, you've started again. When we're talking to a family or friend, they always relate to your past experience. Okay, maybe you have a lot of failures, you tried something in the past, and they always remind you about how that thing failed, and now you're actually starting something else, and then you want to get them on board, and they just don't have confidence anymore. So that's one of the things that family and friends say, because we do have a history with them. And yeah, that's okay. And show us the money that you have actually made. See, you've actually joined Elamant just yesterday and you started to speak to family, and they're like, show us the money. And you're like, hey, I'm actually just starting out. Where do you expect me to get this money from? And families do say that, they really want to see you making progress, and yeah, probably they could take part, but let's see, you will lose money. That's actually one of the things that they say, hey, we know these things, they don't end very well, you will lose money, and then pay for me. That's some of the things that they say, hey, I really don't have money, can you just cover me up, I'll cover you up when I actually get paid. So family and friends, they do say that. Why don't you do this? They actually give you a suggestion, like, why don't you go to work, why don't you look for something that's not this. Okay, that's what family, some of the things that family say. And in the comment section, I would love you to comment what some of the things that you have had, some of the experiences that you have had with family in terms of their response, their feedback when you try to approach them to join Elamant. And one thing that I want you to understand is, at some point, your family members can start to avoid you, okay, and some point relationships can actually break. But what I need to encourage you is, when family and friends speak to us, they speak to us out of love. Okay, so they'll be trying basically to protect our money, to protect ourselves. I want you to think, when you were a kid, how your father used to look after you. They wanted to make sure that you're at home, they wanted to make sure that you are safe. That love is still with them. You get what I'm trying to say? But now that you're actually grown up, okay, but when you were a kid, you could when you were trying to walk, you could fall so many times, and they would lift you back up again and then say, try, walk again, walk again, walk again. I wish family and friends would support us in our entrepreneurship enterprises or entrepreneurship trials. When we fail, they would actually lift us back up again. No matter how hard we fail, no matter how hard we fall, they would encourage us to move on and move on and move on. Though in my family, I do have a few family members that always encourage me, no matter what I do, no matter how hard I fall, no matter how hard I fail, they're always there to say, Kuda, just keep on doing this, just keep on doing this, just keep on doing. And today I am where I am because of them. So those family and friends that tell me otherwise, things that pull me down, things, yes, they're still family and friends, and I still love them. And you need to learn to continue speaking to your family and friends, because they will remain family, okay, no matter business. So remember that when you get a negative review from your husband, your wife, your brother, your sister, your mother, whoever is giving you a negative review, they're actually speaking out of love. It's not like really they hate what you want to do and they hate you, but they're speaking out of love. Okay, yeah. So family, what you need to understand is that family don't want to be left behind. When you start having breakthroughs, when you start having really, really great breakthroughs, that's when family actually gonna come on board and say, hey, like for myself, I actually there was a time when I used to sell my passes in South Africa, and people would send money through a family, and I didn't tell my family friend that the money that I'm actually receiving is for Elamant passes. So I did that for so many months. I didn't tell them. And when I told them that, when it was time for me to tell them that, you see, this money that I'm actually getting is from this project, and they were like, hey, why didn't you tell me earlier? You know, people actually do that. So whenever you're having the success, family, they don't want to be left behind. Okay, even if they told you that why don't you try this, they gave you negative reviews, but when you're actually having the success, they don't want to be left behind. So what you need to do, number one, is to share your business with them. Okay, remember I said share your business idea with them. Okay, I didn't say convince them. There's a difference between sharing and convincing someone. So your approach when you're actually approaching family and friends, just make sure that you actually position yourself in a way that says, even if you tell me no, I'm still going to continue with my hustle. Okay, even if you tell me you don't have money, even if you tell me otherwise, I'm still going to continue with what I'm actually doing. Okay, your opinion at the moment, it really doesn't matter. I'm just still going to move on. Okay, share your business with them, continue with your hustle, and share your success with them. What do I mean by that? So I have some family members, I told them about Elamant and they told me otherwise, and I just continued with other people working. And then when I actually got my first income, my first payment, I actually went to a point of actually taking some of the family and friends to lunch, buy them expensive lunch, and say, hey, I just got paid and look at what I'm doing. Probably they started now to pay attention to what I was doing. So just make sure that you're in a position of letting them see that no matter what they say, you are still going to move on, no matter how hard it goes. Okay, now my secret, what I've actually done, this may not work for you. Okay, this may not work for you, but this is what I've actually done, because after realizing that yes, family is there, and I wanted to build my business fast, and I wanted to grow my Elamant business so fast. So what I did was I went on to work with the cold market. Okay, what do I mean by cold market? I went on to look for people that don't know me, that don't know about myself. At some point, I would go and stand at the supermarkets. Okay, each person who was actually working out of the supermarket, I would actually spend at least 10 minutes with them, explain that they could use their receipts for profits. I did that for almost 2 months, like 2 hours. I would spend 2 hours standing on the supermarket. Each time someone is actually coming out, I actually speak to them, we exchange numbers. And then the second thing that I did was I used the internet to grow my business. So the first time that I was actually growing Elamant, I live in Zimbabwe, but my first few people that joined Elamant were from South Africa. I was actually using the internet to market a lot and target a lot of people in South Africa. Okay, and that's how I have actually grown my Elamant business. And then the second thing that I've actually done is I've actually focused on the warm market. What I mean by the warm market is the people that I know, the people that are my family, the people that are my friends. Okay, the reason why I did that is because like I said, family doesn't want to be left behind. When I'm actually going out to my friends, I go like, hey, see, I have actually ranked up. I'm actually getting this much per week. I'm getting this much per month. Look whatever I've actually bought this and that, because that's what they want to see. They want to see your results first, and then I haven't actually spoken to all my family and friends because I am still working on the cold market. It's not really I'm not really done with the cold market, and I'm slowly bringing in some family and friends. Some family, if you are my friend looking at this is what I've actually done with you. Okay, I've actually told you about Elamant when I was a step ahead, because I wanted to avoid your negative sort of ideas, suggestions, and things like that. So that's what I've actually done. That's actually my secret. And the other thing that you need to know is share your business with them, move on with your hustle, and share your success with them. Okay, that's what you really want to do. And like I wanted to say is, when this is actually my favorite quote that I told you about in the beginning, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Do you know what this really means? You know, there are people, when actually trying to tell them something, like for instance, I've got family and friends that I've told about Elamant, and they were just not ready to receive what I was actually telling them. Okay, and the question is, if someone is not ready to listen to what you have to say, you need to learn to walk away. Okay, you need to learn to walk away. If someone is not ready to listen to how Elamant works, is not ready to pay attention, why should I waste my time continuing to explain to someone who is not ready to receive what I have to say? Okay, and the last thing that I want to tell you is focus on the people that are your target market. Okay, remember, this is business. You have got different types of family members. I have family members today whom I've told about Elamant. They don't want to join. They, even if they see my success, they will never join, but they still do support me in what I do. Okay, they still call me and check, like, how is your Elamant business doing, and they give me words of encouragement that, hey, you're doing well, keep it up. They know what I'm doing. Okay, so that's all you have to do in terms of that's my secret. And focus on the people that are ready to join Elamant. For instance, you may have quite a number of friends, but they are not interested in what you're doing, so you just don't really have to force them and nag them and bother them, like, how far this, you know. Sometimes family, they'll actually know that if you start to call them, it's about your business opportunity. But anyway, there's quite a lot of people out there that you can actually speak to about Elamant whom you don't know, and they are ready to join Elamant with you. So that's all I can tell you today. I wanted to share with you my number one secret. My number one secret was that I focused on the people that I don't know using the internet, and once I had my success, I had to go out and reach out to my family and friends. That was my secret. That's me. I don't know what's your case, but that's what I've actually done. With that being said, if you actually enjoyed this video, please leave a comment below this video, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and thank you very much for watching. I wish you all the success. Bye for now.